Okay, so I was teasing when I said we were going on to Return of the Jedi. I bet you're all thinking, well, where's these guys? Where's the bounty hunters? Well, these guys deserve their own little spotlight, don't they? So as you can see, we have the vintage Bossk, one of my favourites. In fact, a lot of people's favourites. Yeah, really nice representation, all the details there. And then we go for the first released in one of the vintage style packagings back in the as well as Saga or 30th anniversary. You'll have to excuse me, I can't think off the top of my head, but this was re-released in the Saga Legends, so thanks Hasbro. Again for IG88. And the vintage was pretty much there. The whiteness was pretty good. Then you get to this fella who is absolutely incredible. Another personal favourite. And of course, the creme de la creme of the first wave of the vintage Bossk, excuse me, Dengar. Looking awesome there. And again with the vintage, you know, all the details there, they've tried the hardest to, you know, faithfully represent what we saw on big screen. And then we have Zuckuss, or back in the day Forlorn, as we labelled wrong. Now I love this faux leather coat. I think that looks so sweet on him. And again, the face sculpt is pretty damn cool. Then we have the Legacy, also Saga Legends. Now the reason I'm really buzzing about this, Legacy got cancelled halfway through over here in the UK, so to see him on Saga Legends was a definite buzz, because I did have to pay over at the top importing. And then we have the ultimate, the one and only Boba Fett. Sporting red and yellow gauntlets. Same figure that cow burnt in one of those videos. You won't find Angela doing that. She actually loves me, as that woman obviously doesn't love her husband, if indeed the video is true and not just some stunt. Now here we have the Legacy Boba Fett, which is the same as the vintage 2010 version, just a couple of paint application differences. So there it represents his Empire Strikes Back incarnation. I just want to show you this fella. This is the Return of the Jedi version, the vintage OTC. This reason I want to show you him again is because I've done some work on his visor, giving it a bit more, if I can get it in there, a bit more silver on the face, to weathered him up a bit. Sort of really brought out, see that, the detailing, made him look that bit more faithfully represented. And the blaster is a custom. It is the original part. The handle is the original part of the blaster that came with him, and then the front is off the Power of the Force Boba Fett blaster, and the scope is part of the original blaster. Now I stuffed up and I used a picture where they'd reassembled the gun after the scene where Luke cuts in half in Return of the Jedi, and of course there was only half a scope, and I've since lost the rest of the scope, so oops, but still looks pretty impressive. Okay, so there's the bounty hunters and their glory. Okay, now I'm really doing Return of the Jedi.